We're here in the Virginia this morning kitchen to make a gooey grilled cheese sandwich. It's great any time of day, and even better if you're eating it while curled up with a good book. And our next guest can help us with that. Best-selling author and recipe developer Wendy Sand-Eckel is back to share another recipe. Her latest novel is called Death at the Daylily Cafe. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning.
And it is chock full of recipes.
There are recipes.
And we love that they move the story ahead, and the fact that you actually share the recipes with us is very nice. Now this one has caramelized onions, this grilled cheese, and you had to start it early because that's the key. I always, burn my onions because I want to get them done quickly.
Right,
We
right.
have to take our
the key,
time.
well, Chef Kay was talking about Julia Child, and these caramelized onions are exactly how she would do it. You'd bake them, or you cook them for about 20 minutes in butter.
20 minutes.
And then you add some salt and some sugar, and then you increase the heat a little bit, and then you do it about 20 more minutes. So you have to, if you want, you got to give them some love.
When I was
and
looking
keep
at the
them going.
recipe, I was thinking sugar, and that would help them to caramelize.
Yes, absolutely.
So
That's the key.
That is the
And
key.
you get them soft, they get a little golden brown. I use yellow sweet onions, and they're just, you can smell them.
It just smells so good.
They're so good.
And you're going to make a grilled cheese sandwich. It sounds so basic, but there's a secret to it, isn't there?
There is. I add a couple little twists. I actually had this sandwich about a year ago in New York City, and I was having lunch with my daughter. It was a cold day, and we went into this restaurant, and they had this sandwich, and I made my own version of it, my own types of cheese, but it was just so warm and welcoming and delicious. And so I came up with my own version, but lately, if I go into a restaurant, I'm seeing this on the menu more often.
All right. So what makes it unique?
Well, I add a little spicy mayo. That's the first thing.
Okay.
So you put that on the bread.
Using the wonderful sriracha.
Yes, yes. I think you can find this in most grocery stores.
I put that on everything. And I make my own mayo with sriracha sauce.
Yep. Do you really?
I do.
Good for you. That's great. And you just spread a little, that gives it a little kick. And the reason I do this is because, so many recipes now are made with bacon. And, it's easy to make something taste good with bacon. But I'm trying to get away from the bacon. You get a little more healthy, less meat. And so if you add
We will for this sandwich
For this
anyway.
sandwich. But you can add bacon and it tastes just as delicious, absolutely. But I try and stay away from that in my recipes just because I think you have to work a little harder if you don't add bacon.
Right.
So this is a vegetarian one. And then you add the onions, and they're nice and gooey, like you said.
Oh, yeah, and as many as you want.
Oh, yeah. It's a messy sandwich. You want to be careful.
Grilled cheese is supposed to be messy.
It is, absolutely. And I put two kinds of cheeses.
One looks like cheddar.
I've got-
one looks like Swiss.
Yeah, and they're both organic. And then this is baby Swiss, absolutely. And I like a lot.
Oh, yeah. What's the point of making a grilled cheese if you're not going to fill it with cheese? It's going to ooze out when you make it.
Exactly. And I smush it on there.
And you actually bought your panini maker here to do
I
it
did.
instead of like sautéing it the way we normally would.
Absolutely, but you can do it either way. It'll be just as yummy.
And you're I guess in the panini you're a butter on the bread kind of person.
I'm
I
a
know
butter on the
some
bread.
people put it in the pan and then
Yes.
put
Yeah.
No, I'm a butter on the bread person.
Absolutely, and I like a lot of butter. It's delicious that way. And then if you want to open the panini
sure
maker,
will.
and we'll get it on there.
Okay.
And then, oops, we lost some cheese. We'll just get rid of that one. And then I put the butter on. And then we just give it a couple minutes.
While we let that brown, let's talk about your book because this comes from the book. Is this sandwich a pivotal point in the book?
No, in the second book, my protagonist, Rosalie Hart, opens the Daylily Cafe.
Right.
And that's one of the things she serves at the restaurant. So I have a lot of menus in the book because it's about the cafe. And so I have a breakfast menu and a lunch menu, and then there's a dessert in here as well.
And the neat thing, too, is you've got the recipes in the book, or we can find other recipes on your website.
On my website,
as well.
absolutely.
Now, you're coming off the end of a book tour so that you can
Yes.
get back to writing and continue Rosalie's story.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then we come over here.
Absolutely.
Yes, and then I can finish book 3. I've started it, but let's see.
A writer's work is never done, right?
It never is. It's very hard to write while you're on tour. It just doesn't happen. I need blocks of time to be able to write, and you just don't get that.
And cook, too.
And cook,
The
yes.
sandwich looks beautiful. Thank you so much for coming in to see us today.
This is delicious with tomato soup. You can just dip it in there and taste it.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Wendy Sand-Eckel. The book is called Death at the Daylily Cafe. Pick it up, read it, and eat along.